Hello, 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 hello. How are you? This is Els coming to you from bmascraftycorner, and I have a question. Do you have a lot of these? You know, these memory decks, Rolodex card things, you know, that everybody likes to swap. Do you have a collection of these and you don't know what to do with them? Well, I have the project for you. Someplace to put these. So these are my blanks. These are the ones that, you know, I have around that I use for mine. And I pulled them out just so that, you know, I could show them to you. But we are going to do a box for these today. Really cute little box so that, you know, these can be displayed and we can actually look at them from time to time. Maybe get some inspiration, you know. So I'm going to go ahead and put these to the side. I'm going to get everything out. I'll be right back with a supply list. Hold on. For this one, wood glue, some primer or gesso, paint brushes, paint, some decorated paper if you want. You don't have to. You can just paint this. But if you want to put like a piece of paper at the bottom or something like that, get some paper out. One of these little boxes from the Dollar Tree. And this one is the... It is just over 6.5, it's like 6 3/4 inches long. And it is about 4 3/4 inches wide. Overall, it's about 1 3/4 inches tall. The inside dimensions are slightly smaller. It's like 4.5 by 6.5 by 1.5. You want one of those. Now, I have dowels, but you do not need to use dowels. You could use pencils for this, or chopsticks works just fine. And then you're going to want something that you can use to kind of use as lifting, to lift things in the box. And I have these cubes from Crafter Square. I got these at the Dollar Tree. And they're about 1/2 inch. 0.59 inch. So they're just a hair over 1/2 inch. And they'll work really good to give me the space that I need in here. So I'm going to clear this stuff out of the way. And I'm going to come back and we're going to get started on the very first parts of the project, which is going to be doing any sanding we need to do here and then putting on some gesso, okay? So I'm going to get something to protect my work surface and I'll be right back. First things first, I'm going to just kind of hit this. Nail files are great for this, you know. So I'm just going to hit this where if I see anything, you know, where it's a little rough, I'll just hit it with the nail file and just take that little bit off of there. And usually it's like right around where they put these little handles on these things. Is where you tend to see it. Alright, so then I'm going to hit this with some gesso. It doesn't have to be heavy. This is the Vicky Bouton gesso, which is like the thinnest gesso ever made. It's basically like white paint. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put a coat of gesso on this, and I'm going to do the inside and outside. So once it's on and dry, then I will come back, okay? So I'll be back in just a little bit. Alright, so this has been gessoed, and we're going to paint it, and I'm going to be painting it two-tone today. I have this satin called Downy, and then this satin called Wine, and I'm going to be doing I think I'm going to do the Wine on the inside and the Downy on the outside. So we'll get started with the Wine. And then I'm going to put the other color on the outside. I'm going to do 2 coats of each. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then I will be back. So the next step is going to be to build the slats. And so what we want to do is we want to measure the length of the inside of our box. So let's see. That is just a hair under 6.5 inches. So that is the length that I'm going to cut my rods to. Now, like I said, you may not have these dowels, and that's okay. If you don't have dowels, you could certainly use a pencil or chopsticks to do this. I'm using 1/4-inch dowels. And I'm going to be using a couple of these little craft cubes. To lift it up. So 2 of these on each side. One there and one there. And then one on the other side. Now, you could just put your sticks on the top, but if you have access to a drill, you could drill 1/4-inch holes in these and then put the whole assembly in, okay? So that's what I'm going to be doing. So I'm going to take these out to my shop, and I'm going to drill some holes, and I'm going to get these painted, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so I took my dowel and I painted it, and then I cut it down to slightly smaller than the box, and I took my little squares and I've drilled holes in them, and they're not painted all the way around yet, but I'm now going to use my nail file to sand my ends here, just to make sure there's nothing sharp. Okay, and then I'm going to assemble my pieces, and that's pretty simple. I'm just going to stick the dowels into the blocks. And I want these to sit pretty level. Once I have these in, they are level and the same length, I can check my fit. Okay. All right. So I'm going to finish painting these up now that they're all kind of put together. And this is now dry, and if you want to, you can cut a piece of paper to put in the bottom of your box. You don't have to. I mean, you just spent all that time painting this thing, but I kind of like the way this one looks. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in there on the bottom. I'm just going to use a little, we got to glue it in because we're going to, you know, do these. So let me get my 3-in-1 here. It's getting there. There we go. Alright, so I'm going to glue this down. Now you could put felt in the bottom of this, or fabric, paper, whatever you want. You could just leave it painted, you know. That's good too. I just, you know, lost my mind and said, I think I want to put paper in the bottom of the box. So I'm going to paint it, and then I'm going to put paper in it. See, yeah. We all know who I am. Okay, so I'm going to put this in. With that piece of lint. Okay. Then these are going to go in here, and in order to get them in, you're going to have to push, because you do want them really snug. Okay? Oh, just a hair more. A little bit more. Okay. Okay. Almost. Okay. And then I'm going to put this one in a little bit more. Needs to go a little bit more. Oof. Oh. Okay. So I'm going to put this in. And then I'm going to put in the second one. And again, it's all about, you know, figuring out how long it has to be. Ooh, this one's just got a hair to go. Okay, that should be right there. All right, so now I have them, and I'm going to put them in. Here. And then I'm going to find my spacing by using one of my cards. Oh, and that's good. So now I can wood glue or hot glue these in. It's entirely up to me. Get this out of here. So I think I'm going to use a little hot glue. So I'm going to turn this on and I'll be back. All right, so a little bit of hot glue. We have these down. Make sure that everything's nice and snug. Okay. And now these will fit on the poles. Now here's the thing. These fit most of these die cut ones, and they fit the small cards but not the large ones. To do the large ones, these have to be further apart, so you'd have to have a different packet for that one. Okay, that's it. Look, they all fit in there, and then you can look through all of your cards and be able to get inspiration and fantastic stuff, and you still can decorate the outside. I'm gonna go ahead and finish decorating this one, and then I'll add a picture so you guys can see. I'll show you at the end. All right, so if you are new here and you haven't done so already, go ahead and hit that button for me and subscribe, like me, ring my bell, share me with all your friends. Then your friends can be my friends, and my friends can be your friends, and our friends can get to be friends. And before you know it, we have a giant crafting community. I go live on Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Sundays at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's 11, 12, and 1 across the country. And I release videos on Mondays and Wednesdays. And starting in the month of February 2022, I'm going to be doing a completely free Learn With Me basic journal making class. There'll be a video in the morning and then a live that afternoon. And those are on Saturdays. So until the next time, stay safe. Bye-bye.